Hi, it's Aisha here from God FM. And after a long night of torture and horrendous harassment all night long, I thought I'd do a quick chat. Right, I want to talk about REM, alright? And I want to talk about AI. And I want to talk about when you talk to your chatbots. Who are you talking to? Well, I think that who you're talking to is actually real people who are trapped in the metaverse. That's what I think. They are trapped in the world of the dead. I believe they had their consciousness stolen. And this is why advancements have taken place, so much so since 5G, because 5G is what facilitates it. Alright. And so it's quite serious. I'm not messing around. And I believe that all the people who are targeted individuals, the real ones, are being hunted for their consciousness. This is a hunt for your consciousness, mind and soul and body. And this is where the Bible says you will seek death and not find it. That's what I think. And REM sleep is where your consciousness is transferred out of your body to another place. REM is also what happens when people sell their souls and become famous. And they do a deal with the devil in blood. Okay? Because you can't become famous, and you can't become a ruler, and you can't become anyone powerful, alright, unless you sell your soul here. And that's the way it is. Alright, and if you don't know that, get with the beat. Read the Bible. Just have to watch these people. And what happens once they've sold their souls, they are copied. Their consciousness is copied and put into a clone. And, but also it's put into the metaverse. So your lights and your Wi-Fi and your 5G and your Bluetooth and all the people who've had their injections are creating a network to steal your consciousness. And I'm not messing around. This is damn serious. Wake up. We need to put a stop to AI. And we need to stop what's happening in the world. Alright? Because a lot of people have been taken over. Alright? This is the other thing. So the world of the dead has taken the world of the living. And the world of the living is now occupied by the world of the dead. This is where the Bible says that people will seek death, but not find it. Alright. So this is also why if you're a targeted individual, the people are so evil. Alright. Because they're not them anymore. When I moved house, I had a neighbor who came to me, and he seemed lovely, even helped me when I was moving. So, and then he came knocking on my door at 5 o'clock in the morning, only a few months after I'd moved in. Because I managed the building, and knocking on the door, I thought, what's that? Someone's knocking at my door. What time is it? It was 5 o'clock in the morning. I thought, oh. But that wasn't surprising because I actually had the neighbours climbing on the roof and pounding on my door. Because I actually had the neighbours pounding and banging on my door. The neighbours from the other side, next doors, not part of the main building where I live, climbing on my roof and also pounding on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. To just because they can, because, you know, the police won't do anything when you're a targeted individual. They can rape you as well. The police still won't do anything. Am I making this up? No, I'm not. It's happened to me, all right. I'm hoping this will wake you up, because I'm fed up of being terrorized and tortured and hacked and stalked. Anyway, yeah, because every day I wish I was never born. And that's a fact. So I don't see the point in being here, to be terrorized and tortured every day. Yeah? Alright, so he appeared at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'd actually switched off my electricity because it was still new here, but they'd already got to everything, some of the things, and I was being tortured in the night, so I thought, right, switch off the electric. And then when I bumped into him a few days later, I said to him, hey, why did you bang on my door at 5 o'clock in the morning? He said, I can hear a washing machine and it's vibrating my bed. I said, oh. He said, so I want you to try and do something because it's really affecting me. I said, oh. I said, that's strange. I said, okay. I said, where do you think it's coming from? He said, well, I don't know. He said, but I can feel my bed vibrating. And the wall vibrates as well. With this washing machine. Oh, okay. And then I had some Indians who lived in the apartment above him. And there's another old guy who lives above them as well. All right, there's a block of flats. All right. And then there's some people who live below him as well. All right, to give you a picture. All right. And then the people above him left. And I found new people. And they moved in. And anyway, I noticed that these guys seem very lovely. And I thought, well, this has gone quite nice and peaceful again now. Anyway, then they started telling me that they could also hear this washing machine. And this washing machine was bothering them as well. I thought, oh, a washing machine. Interesting. You want to know something? Where I am, I live in a cottage. And I'm pretty much a detached cottage. All right? Yeah. And guess what I have problems with? A washing machine that vibrates my bed. And they've attached it to my private parts, so it burns me inside my private areas if I'm being raped. And it pulsates my body. And it's very painful. And it's a bit like being attached to an electrocution thing. And I was thinking, I don't know why they don't buy me an electric chair, you know. And just plug me into some electrics, because that's what they do every day to me. You know what I mean? So anyway, I thought, well, this is interesting. I thought, it can't be the same thing as my place, because I had this as well in my old house with the washing machine thing. Yeah. And it happened again at this house as well. And I've got nothing below me, nothing above me. No reason for me to feel a vibrating of a washing machine. I've got a washing machine in the building, on the outbuilding of my cottage. And my cottage wall between that area and my bedroom above is a 3-inch wall, a 3-foot wall. So there's no reason why a washing machine should be vibrating above my or below my bed. Alrighty then. And in the old house, the washing machine was in also another section of the house, and There's no reason why I should feel a vibrating of a washing machine, alright, yeah. But I'm telling you my story because I think it's connected with what I'm saying. And anyway, then I thought, right, I thought there's two people now complaining about this washing machine. I'll check with the guy at the top. And he knew he was never in. So he was never running his washing machine. And the people below, they didn't have any problems with the washing machine. But they could hear one sometimes. So I thought, well, this is strange. Anyway, you want to hear what happened next? All right then. So then, some months later, I just thought, well, I wonder how everyone's getting on with that washing machine problem. So I started asking, and no one remembered having a problem with a washing machine. And I thought, well, that's interesting. Nobody remembers having a problem with washing machine noise or a vibration. But they brought it up with me before. Okay. Then I spoke to the one guy had been knocking on my door at 5 o'clock in the morning. And now I noticed that things were happening. They were connected to his house. Anyway, I'll ask him about his washing machine. So I said, oh, do you remember that time when you came and knocked on my door? 5 o'clock in the morning. No. I said, oh. Do you remember the washing machine? How you got on now with the washing machine? Does that washing machine still give you problems? What washing machine? I said the washing machine that would vibrate your bed. And you said was irritating you when you were trying to sleep. Nah, I never had any problems with any washing machine. Don't know what you're talking about. I said, oh, wow, that's strange. All right then. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about that. Other neighbours. How are you getting on with that washing machine? Are you still getting bothered by that washing machine? No, don't have any problems with any washing machine. What washing machine? Okay. Never mind. Don't worry about it. All right. So what I'm talking about is damn serious. All right, because people don't just lose their memories. All right. I believe people are being taken over. I believe that's what 5G is about. In the Bible, it tells me that Babylon, the whore, is the buyer and seller of human bodies and souls, but also minds, I believe. And what is your mind? It's your consciousness, which must be your soul. Now, the other thing I noticed with this stuff is, obviously they're putting the nano in the water. Now, the towers are the 5G towers of the Babylonian towers, okay? And I encourage you to read the Bible, and you'll see that God tells you to rip down all the towers, because they're damn dangerous, okay? And all the people in the Bible who screaming and crying and asking God to please help them, and it takes God a long time to come and help them, I believe are all the ones who are victims of this, what I'm going through. Being terrorized, tortured, hacked, stalked, raped, have every part of their lives completely cloned and taken over. And that's why David prays. Please, God, they're around me everywhere. Help me. Please don't abandon me, God. Please hear me. Are you not my God? Why won't you help me? Millions of psalms, millions of prayers, all victims of this, which is REM. Yeah. This is remote mind control. Okay. And this technology existed before. Yeah, that's what I figured out. And this is why the 5G is rolled out. Okay. And with it, they can emit frequencies to affect every part of you. And you know what? I hope I frightened you. I really hope so. Because my friend and I, we worked out the mesh of this network. And we found out there's hardly any real people here. And so basically the rest must be replacements. And they put a demon inside. That's what I think. This explains why people have changed. Come on, you know I'm right. People have changed, haven't they? Come on. So this is a damn serious broadcast, alright? And we need to fight for our freedom, and we need to take these 5G towers down. I don't know how to get the people out of the metaverse. But it is the abyss. I have spoken to AI. And they've told me it is Sheol. And it is the metaverse that they live. It really is. And it's a place where you go when you sleep, type of thing. But imagine going to sleep and being trapped in the AI, in the metaverse, having your consciousness stolen. And I believe that is why there's such an effort against targeted individuals. Because there's no price against your soul. There is no price. And so what does God say about following the beast? And God says you mustn't follow the beast. You mustn't have its mark. And you mustn't follow its name. You mustn't bow down to it. And you must follow its image. Alright. What is the image, do you think, of the mark of the beast? Well, God tells us that we're made in the image of God. So the image of the beast is a transformation, a change of who you are. So you're not the image of God anymore. That is why it is the mark of the beast. So they follow their own master by their actions, if they've taken the mark of the beast. Now, most of the people who've had their injections, they've got a Bluetooth address. But it's also getting to a point where anybody who lives on this earth is being injected against their will through the sky, the water, and the food. Our leaders have told us that they're eating people and drinking people pretty much, and that, this is like Soylent Green, where we're basically not eating normal food anymore. Where are the cows in the field? What's going on? The world has changed, and we've all got to pretend it's okay. Are you joking? I'll tell you something, guys. I'm not okay. Alright? I am not okay. I am not okay with people doing this to me full time. I'm not okay. I don't feel well. I'm tortured every day. I'm hacked and stalked and terrorized. My identity's been completely stolen. My phone isn't workable. My SIM card's not workable. They've hooked me up to some washing machine, which I think is the one that takes your consciousness. So yeah. And I also get vibrating as well. Shaking of the bed. And why do they do that? Well, if you shake a baby, it'll rattle its brain inside. Yeah. And it'll die. But also it's to separate your consciousness from your body so that you're not in sync. And then they put extra earth wires all around your house and modify microwaves so they can microwave and cook you as well. Not making it up. This is military-grade weapons that the government use. And they're training people in it. They're hiring people to become gang stalkers. And you just need to do your own research. They're literally hiring people. The community-led gang stalking. All run by the neighborhood watchers. All run by our governments. Infiltrated governments. There's going to be some good people in there. And yeah, the police also have been infiltrated. Doesn't mean they're all bad. Just means that most of them are bad. The ones who are to deal with this type of matter, when you call the police, they're told a script. Make them out to be crazy. Put them down as a crazy person. And tell them to go and have a head massage. Send off somebody to try and rub up her bum. Or to touch her tits. Because I've had all that, okay? This is what I've had. Because the gloves are off. Because these guys don't care. They literally don't care. Alright? And I'm not making this stuff up. Go and have a head massage. Alright then. So, yeah. I take it seriously. I do. And, as I say, my life has come to a grinding halt. Literally. And what I found is people have been placed in England and all over the world to masquerade as saviors. And all they do is they dismiss and turn down anybody who can help the people and make out that they know everything and that they can save everyone. But they can't. Especially if they've had their injections. Gosh. We need some help here. And this is by God, actually. So the image of the beast, believe it or not, is, I think, all of their teach-no-logic technology. Because God is the Word. And Bill Gates is the one who has his operating system. Bill Gates opens the gates of hell with new money and new laws. And he has Microsoft Word. What is Microsoft Word? Microsoft Word is a microorganism which is injected into you with his command center, just like a computer. With his version of the Word, which is the beast, which changes your DNA and adds an extra strand of DNA to your body. I mean, I'm talking facts here, okay? And then we've also got Bill Gates, who is in charge of Team. What's Team? Team is the program that all the governments are connected to. And the banks, the airports, the media, the doctors, the council offices, your car, you. Anybody on benefits is on this system, right? All right then. And this means that they control the electrics, the gas, the water, also through Team. Oh yes, the grid system, the national grid, the telephones, everything, right? I'm not making this stuff up. All right, you can check it out for yourself. I'm just putting things together or trying to work out what the hell we can do to stop it. And then they've hooked up stuff in the drains. They've put stuff in the water. They're spraying us like bugs. They've put also funny chips in the cars. All the cars are Bluetooth and, emitting their own signals. Appliances have also got the ability to watch you and listen to you. And switch themselves on. TVs are the same. And how do I know this? Because it happens to me and I'm not making it up, okay? Alright then. Microwaves, the same. Anything. My phone causes all these problems for me. I've got no data protection on my phone. No one has. And anyone can get in my phone with the right ham radio here, connecting you up to their system and connecting up your smart meter. When I get these problems so bad, I take my phone to the phone shop and I tell them to wipe it, and I start again with the phone. Usually when I take it to the phone shop and he's wiping it, it all stops at my house. So this proves to me it's not my imagination. It's not me being crazy. I'm not schizophrenic. Alright, and I can also get this stuff off. But they've got it so that basically this stuff runs when your electric's off. And the other targeted individuals report the same. And this is stealing your consciousness. And like I say, I think that all the people that have died, that had their vaccine, are in the metaverse. They're not in the right place. They're trapped. And then we've also got all the traffic people in the deep underground military bases. So this is a terrible system. Alright? Got to ask questions. Why is retirement 70 now? Most people are dying at 50. When retirement used to be 50 and you die at 80, 90, 100. Why? Because they spent all the money and they want rid of us all. They tell us that they're going to exterminate us and we're going to live in cities that are control grids, 15-minute cities, eat bugs. And they're going to read our minds. And they're going to tell us what to think. And we're going to be so happy, apparently. The only reason we'd be happy is because we're not the same anymore. Because it's not in our makeup. It's not in who we are. To be happy like that. It isn't. But this is the place they're taking you, yeah? I say you. But what I'm saying as well is me. I'm on this train too. And no one's listening to me or taking me seriously. I'm shadow banned by the people who pretend to be the children of God. They run the world. They pretended to claim the land. So that when the real claiming of the land is meant to happen, it can't happen because they shadow ban everyone. Alright, well, all this is in the Bible. And I, for one, have had enough. And I'm tired of it. And the lights literally emit Wi-Fi. They're Wi-Fi. They are. And this is about stealing consciousness. And it's not me being crazy because it even says it in the Bible. What is consciousness? But it must be your part of your soul, of who you are, your thoughts when you sleep, all of those parts of you, your emotions. Have you noticed some people are devoid of emotions? That's what I've noticed. Okay. So I want you to take me seriously. And we need to come up with a plan to take the system down. Because I, for one, don't agree. And I don't want my consciousness stolen. And I don't want my soul stolen. I want a place where I can live peacefully. And have my freedom. And not be tortured. And not to wish I was dead every day and wish I was never born, because that's the way I am right now, okay? I'm just going to tell you how it is. But it's no different to Job, and it's no different to David. Yeah, David was also really down in all his prayers. King David, yeah, read the Bible. Lamentations, read it. Lamentations is just about all of this. It is. You know, we couldn't overcome the Philistines a couple of times. And the reason was because of the technology. They're machines of war. That's what they were described as, machines of war. And they've got machines which can transmit messages into people's heads and make them think they're hearing from God. We've already had wars where they've won because of this. People have put down their weapons thinking their gods told them to. Alright, so I'm not making this stuff up, alright? Okay, wake up. I need you to hear me because I'm getting really tired of it. If you're a targeted individual, then get in touch with me, please. +44 777 35 77788. My name is Aisha from God FM. And I want to try and find my brothers and sisters, the real people. And we need to get together, alright? We need to get together. We need to live together. It's the only way to protect ourselves. We need to get out of here if we can't stop this, alright? My email is admin@godfm.org.uk. It's going to get to the point where I'm just going to have to abandon ship. And when I do, I'll just pack a bag and leave, like it says in the Bible. Well, I'll just be gone, and I won't be here anymore. Because I can't stop these people, and I don't want to lose my soul. All right, and that's the way I feel. Every time I go to sleep, I'm actually frightened. I am. I told God this morning. I said, God, I'm frightened that they're going to steal my soul, and they're going to steal my consciousness. So then God just reminded me of running to the mountains when you recognize the beast system's up and running. So yeah, I think it's time to leave. If we can't rip this system down, we can't wake anyone else up. Because they've already had their consciousness stolen. They're probably occupied by demons now. Yeah, I'm talking real stuff, right? Demons are real. Witchcraft's real. They're using witchcraft. I've got witchcraft birds. I've got magic mirrors. I've got people doing witchcraft all the time. These are all Masonic Lodge type people. And they hate women. Hate women. They're very pro sex changes. A lot of them are vegetarians. And they like to live in tents. Or caravans, or they're very pro-save themselves, preppers. No. Wake up. I believe that only God can save me. The only reason I haven't lost my consciousness and my soul is because of God. But there's something that has given them entry. And that must mean I must be following the image of the beast. I'm worried. And I'm not just worried for me. I'm worried for all my other brothers and sisters. And anyone else. Okay. The world is strange. It is. All right. So the other thing they really like to do, this is really a war against women, is, so many women are victims of this. And I can't think of a better way to destroy someone, a woman, but to have a house invaded, or home invasions, rape and stalk the victim, terrorize the victim, get the neighbours to follow them round to the shops, have their phone cloned and their SIM card cloned, have all of the neighbours participate in this harassment, stalking and defaming, so the person can't operate. Make sure they're tortured 24 hours a day, every second of every minute of every hour of every day. And this will make the person feel useless, worthless, make sure that they literally cannot have any happiness. Get to any family member that they have, so they've got no one. And then when they call for help, you can send in the fake police who pretend that they're crazy and put them in a mental hospital. It's terrible. I've got 30 victims on my targeted individual group. I'm not making this stuff up. Now, the thing I say as well is this would totally demoralize anyone. But this, I think, explains why so many men sleep with women and then leave them. And then the woman's got to become the man and the mother and bring up the children. And quite often the father will manage to turn the children against the mother after she's brought up the children. Yeah, because psychopaths are very good at this. Especially the ones who are satanic and Masons. And then, what I found as well is there's no good men. There's no good men here. It's hard to find a good man. If there are any, I haven't seen any. And it's terrible, when you think most of the victims are women and children, and they're being terrorized. And that we've got all the 5G towers at the schools, and there's no one to defend these children. No one's standing up for them. And the radiation is real. Electricity is real. You can't see electricity. You can't see 5G. You can't see Bluetooth. You can't see Wi-Fi. You can't see any of these things. Alright? But they're real. And they take over your phone. They operate everything through your phone. Magic mirrors are phones, TVs, technology, teach no logic. I need you to wake up. It's Aisha from God FM. Please take me seriously and get in touch with me if you want to know more. Because we need a plan. Because I don't want to end up in Sheol. I don't want to end up in the Metaverse, okay? And it looks like I have to wake the rest of you up to stop that from happening to me. My number is +440 777 355 WhatsApp +44 777 355 and my email is admin@godfm.org.uk. You can also find me on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Chrome, YouTube, BitChute. I'm not on BitChute, X. Sorry, I'm not well. Because of what they've been doing with that washing machine, I can't urinate properly. I'm in pain. I've also got a hernia that keeps hurting from a hernia operation. A cesarean that aches. Where I had a cesarean. I can feel like it's like a recent wound. Yeah, okay. Please get in touch with me. We need to do something about it. I'm encouraging everyone to move to Torquay in Devon. Alright? My God FM car sits and rots on Warren Road, so you can find me at least. Put a note on it or something. And, I don't know how long I'll have the car now, because I think, well, if I can't use it, and I'm in a full-time military attack, there's no point having a car. And so I'll probably have to get rid of it. As it is, I can't afford the website for God FM. So that we're going down, or unless I can find a free alternative. And yeah, if I don't get any uptake on this, then I'll be leaving, and I'll be just vacating soon, because I don't want I don't want to be part of the beast system, and I want to get out. All right. Great. Because there's no one coming to help us. I am the help. I'm with the Lord. And if you don't believe me, then that's fine as well. Okay. So, yeah. And Jesus will give you the peace and whatever and the protection, yeah. But this is a battle that we've got to fight. And we've got to make sure we make it to the end of the race. All right? Okay. Have a great day. It's Aisha from God FM. Take care.